everyone. Hope you're all doing wonderful today. Today, I'm here to talk about the skill sets required for public policy professionals. To caveat this is of course coming from my experience in the field for over 15 plus years. Now, like any other profession, public policy also requires a mix of technical as well as soft skills. I'll jump first onto the technical side. I think as public policy professionals, the first and foremost skill that is required is to have an overall interest and understanding in the socio-economic landscape, how the politics or the governance of the country or region that you're working in works. It's very important to understand that and perhaps also translate that to a macroeconomic level and understand how things work globally. Because if that's not something that you have an interest in, it will always be difficult to comprehend on why certain policies get shaped and what's really the intent or thinking behind it. Uh, the second most important aspect for public policy professionals is really to have a basic functional knowledge about the sector that they are representing. And just giving you an example, if I work for the technology sector, it is very important that I understand one, what is that overall scope of this sector? What is the potential it carries? What is it in terms of the growth potential? And also, of course, what has happened in the past in terms of the history and others. The other important thing is going to be more about the laws and policies governing that particular sector. So, if we're looking at the technology sector, we'll have to know, say, the Information Technology Act in India very clearly, what it means, who are the different stakeholders, what are the different rules embedded within the IT Act, and also which are the ministries involved, which ministry does what role and how are they sort of working together. And of course, you need to also have a very clear understanding of the overall, I'd say, peer landscape. What are the other companies working in this space? Who are the industry associations? Who are the thought leaders? Who are the think tanks? And, just have that kind of a stakeholder mapping built out for you very clearly. Another important skill, and this is sort of always stressed upon, is technical expertise. And I'd say also back it up with research and homework. And the reason why that's very, very critical is that, it's not possible for any person to have the technical wherewithal of every possible subject. But I think as you enter into a new space within public policy, you will have to build a certain kind of skill set. And that would include doing your basic research. What is it that, say, if we're looking at cybersecurity as an area, what are the current policies? Who are the stakeholders working on it? Who are the intended beneficiaries of any policy that comes out? Most importantly, because you're going to be representing a brand or company, what is that comparative advantage that your particular organization brings in the field of cybersecurity? Again, understand very clearly who are the stakeholders, what is really going on. And I think these are some of the technical skills that are very, very essential for any public policy professional. On the soft side, there's of course a lot of focus on active and very persuasive communication. You've got to be a very good listener. You've got to observe the little nuances that come out in meetings during interactions. Also very important is how you present yourself, what you actually bring to the table, what's the substance that you're bringing. And I think another skill that I personally tend to stress upon a lot is resilience, because public policy is a landscape where things can either move very quickly or it's a space where things can take its own time, and many a times that could mean several years. Also, things change. It could so happen that the stakeholders that you were talking to yesterday are no longer relevant or have a different interest now. So, a lot of things keep changing. And in that sense, you'll always be in a situation where you have to reinvent yourself, rethink, strategize, and literally bounce back from where you have been. So, in that sense, resilience is very, very important. And I think just as a parting note to all members of Tapin, I'd like to, just reiterate that let's continue to upscale ourselves, because at the end of it, we're building a powerhouse for ourselves. And this is already becoming a very, very strong community. And I think let's continue to tap in, let's continue to engage and build on our peer support and actually see strong allies in each other. Thank you. Bye bye.